What up, what up? This is your boy, Crisscross 304 checking in, and you're listening to the 20th episode of The Community. Welcome to the program. Lots to talk about in the world of sports. We got shocking shout-outs coming in segment 3, and in segment 2, we'll talk about tonight's matchup between the Bucks and the Raptors. But first and foremost, the Warriors are headed back to the NBA Finals, and I'm sure you're aware of that by the time you're listening to this program. The Warriors swept the Trailblazers last night, winning 119 to 117. Steph Curry and Draymond Green become the first pair of teammates to have triple doubles. And it can be said that the Warriors, despite close games and multiple come-from-behind victories, absolutely dominated the Trailblazers in this series. First of all, they swept them 4-0. They won 2 games at home as well as, more importantly, 2 games on the road. And that allows one to say that the Warriors dominated the Trailblazers. And I know there's an argument to be had that the Trailblazers had opportunities to win, but it was almost like the Warriors were just toying with the Trailblazers. Not playing well or using much energy in the first half and relying on their ability to come back and play team basketball in the second half of almost every game except game 1 when they jumped out to an early lead and never looked back. The sweep also gives the Warriors multiple days off, at least 4. And that is only if the Bucks win the next 2 games. Should the Raptors win another game and the Warriors are looking to have about a week off before the beginning of the NBA Finals. It's a much-needed break. Number 1, hopefully you get Kevin Durant back after this break, which will only make the Warriors better. Of course, they're playing very well without Durant, as well as 2 other starters. But that's just because of the good coaching ability of Steve Kerr and the very good team basketball played and displayed by the Warriors. As you see, other than the Rockets series, and they even played well then, but in the other 2 series, and probably we can say in the NBA Finals as well, the Warriors are superior when it comes to team basketball and having the ability to move the ball around and find open looks from three-point land, as well as open jumpers inside the arc. As we look at potential matchups for the Warriors in the NBA Finals, you're looking at the Bucks and the Raptors. Now, the Warriors will have a tougher time slowing down the Bucks than they will the Raptors. The Bucks have the ability to play good defense as well as having Giannis, the Greek Freak, Antetokounmpo, who did not play well in Game 3, but when he shows up, he shows up. The question is, can either of these teams stop the Warriors? And I'm betting no, they can't. And the Warriors will go on to win another championship. The Warriors are breaking all types of records. First team to go to 5 straight finals since the 1966 Boston Celtics. But it can be easily compared and said that this is a much better dynasty than that of the Celtics. It was much easier at that time, of course it can be argued, but it was much easier at that time to go on a run, to go to 4, 5, 6, 8 straight championships, whatever it may be. Now the league is so competitive and so well-rounded that you almost have to be perfect in order to go to 5 straight championships, and that's what the Warriors are. Maybe not perfect, but it's about as close to perfect as you can get. The league is much more competitive than it was in the 60s. The Warriors, although playing very well, it's hard to say that they're dominating the league in the way that the 1966 Boston Celtics did, but that's because of the parity. There's much more parity now. There's much more competitiveness. Teams are closer and more equal and have superstars on every team, which you can't say back in the 60s. It's much harder to do what the Warriors have done as compared to any team before them. And it can be said, of course, again, you can make an argument, but it can be said that the Warriors are the greatest dynasty in NBA history. again, Draymond Green and Steph Curry, first two teammates to have triple doubles in the same playoff game. And that's something we've seen without Kevin Durant. Of course, you have to say Kevin Durant makes the team better. But at the same time, when Kevin Durant is not in the game, this team plays much better offensive basketball and has the ability to move the ball around. They don't always have to look for one player to get the ball to. But instead, everybody gets involved, even guys coming off the bench. And despite missing a few starters, the Warriors have not shown any signs of slowing down. And I believe that the Warriors will win the NBA championship in 5 or 6 games. It's very unlikely that they'll get the sweep like they did against the Trailblazers, because you're talking about the NBA Finals, and either team they play will squeeze out a victory somewhere, maybe even 2, to force a Game 6. But nonetheless, the Warriors will go on to win another NBA championship. This is your boy Chris Cross 304. You're listening to The Community. Stay tuned as we return after this message for segment 2 in tonight's matchup between the Bucks and the Raptors. This is your boy Chris Cross 304. Stay tuned.
Black male. Man, fuck the law. Fuck it, I ain't paying shit. Black male. Yeah. They put a motherfucker in jail.
Say what?
Black male. Yeah. Pay us $500 and you out on bail. Black male. Yeah. They put a motherfucker in jail.
Say what?
Black male. Yeah. Pay us 50 grand and you out on bail. You wanna get out of jail, you better listen up. The judge set your bail and it's time to pay up. CO's always got that itch, so pay your fucking money, bitch. Blackmail these motherfuckers all day, what? Popo sets a scam in motion like what? Locked behind bars with only one wish. Pay your fucking money, bitch. Waiting all day to get released as freedom. It's like looking through God's eyes to the kingdom. No longer feeling this ish, so pay your fucking money, bitch. Black male, yeah. They put a motherfucker in jail.
Say what?
Black male, yeah. Pay us $500 and you out on bail. Black male, yeah. They put a motherfucker in jail.
Say what?
Black male, yeah. Pay us 50 grand and you out on bail. Rolling through the city on my bike, popping willies. Messing with police, saying fuck the fraternities. But now they armed up like many military.